Please share the information provided in this video. Always remember that a crucial part of removing a person's confusion is understanding his or her unique source of it. What we're going to do in this video is look at how well Genesis follows what the science is telling us about how the earth formed. It's pretty much bang on in sort of an amazing way. So let's just look at that. We'll be assuming that Genesis allows for the days to be long periods of time. Check the previous video if you're interested in that. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. A beginning to time. John Lennox has argued that you don't find this in other mythology, that time has a beginning. Science is telling us that time has a beginning today, 17 billion years ago. Only Genesis said that, according to Dr. John Lennox. Okay, the earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. So, yeah, it would have been a big gas cloud. And it would have been formless and void waters. And, yeah, eventually there would have been light. God said, let there be light. Yeah, the sun forms. It would have been 70% its brightness today. God saw the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. Eventually the earth would have accreted, gathered together, and started rotating. Separation of day and night. God said, let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters below, the clouds above. And then God made the expanse, separated the waters that were from under the expanse of the water above the expanse, and it was so. Formation of the atmosphere. A sizable quantity of water would have been in the material that formed the earth. Water molecules would have escaped Earth's gravity more easily when it was less massive during its formation. Hydrogen and helium are expected to continually escape even to the present day. Due to atmospheric escape, part of the ancient planet is theorized to have been disrupted by the impact that created the moon, which would have caused melting of one or two large areas. Present composition does not match complete melting, and it's hard to completely melt and mix huge rock masses. However, a fair fraction of material should have been vaporized by this impact, creating a rock vapor atmosphere around the young planet. The rock vapor would have condensed within 2,000 years, leaving behind hot volatiles, which probably results in a heavy CO2 atmosphere with hydrogen and water vapor. Liquid water oceans existed despite the surface temperature of 230 degrees Celsius, 446 degrees Fahrenheit, because of the atmospheric pressure of the heavy CO2 atmosphere. As cooling continued, subduction and the dissolving in ocean water removed most of the CO2 from the atmosphere, but levels oscillated wildly as new surface mantle cycles appeared. Next, and God said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered into one place, let the dry land appear, and it was so. Earth is mostly covered with water, then continents emerge. A primeval oceanic crust would have oozed continental crust as lighter rocks separated from heavier ones in the Archean with more geothermal energy. High levels of H2O and CO2, 70 times the level of CO2 today, solves the faint young sun paradox. In other words, the sun was 70% its power, so they're theorizing that there was more CO2 in the atmosphere causing a greenhouse effect. That's the only way to explain that the earth was covered with water. Faint young sun paradox. Some scientists think the mostly watery surface of the earth helped a different type of cloud formation increase greenhouse levels. Alright, next verse. Well, we'll cut it off there, and we'll finish this in another video.